In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my tips and tricks that I personally use to make sure that I hit my protein goals. If you didn't know, if you're new to my channel, I lost 80 pounds and I have had the weight off for about a year and 8 months. My highest weight was 210 pounds and right now I'm actually at 138, 139. My lowest weight was 125. I did gain a little bit of the weight back because I was just not feeling very healthy. I was feeling a little bit weak. So that's just a little backstory on me, but it's also the big reason why I have dived so far into finding foods that make it easy for me to hit my goals, and I want to share that with you in hopes that it will help you meet your goals if they align with mine. Hitting your protein goals can be hard. Trust me, I know. I've been there. And especially when you're new to the game and trying to figure out how you're going to reach 140, 150, 200 grams of protein, it can seem near impossible, especially when you only have so many calories that you can have in a day if you're trying to be in a deficit or if you're trying to maintain your weight loss. You can't just eat whatever you want or however much you want. You can't just eat extra food so that you make sure you get your protein in. You have to fit that food into the set amount of caloric intake that you're consuming. So I do want to give a disclaimer before I go any further that I use supplements and I do use processed foods to make sure that I meet my protein goals. Now I do use things like chicken breast and ground turkey, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, but just be aware that I do use supplements, and I'm going to be giving you examples of the supplements that I use, some of my favorite supplements that I use on a daily basis for the most part. Something that really helps me when I wake up and the first thing on my mind is coffee, caffeine. I need energy. I need something to get me going. But I also need protein. I need nutrients. So why not put both together and have protein coffee? You can either add protein powder to your coffee. Make sure that you mix it up really good. I like to use one of those handheld whisk whenever I mix my protein powder in with my coffee, because nothing is worse than chunky protein. But also if you're having hot coffee, the protein is going to mix in a lot easier than if you were having cold liquid. So the whisk really comes in help if you're using cold liquid. A little hack that I use is I drink the Premier Protein Cafe Latte coffee. It has caffeine in it. It gives me that coffee fix that I like, the coffee flavor. It has 30 grams of protein. You're automatically getting a huge jump start on your protein take for the day, and you're just drinking your coffee. Tip number 1, add protein to your coffee. There you go. You've already started the day off strong. All you gotta do is just keep the ball rolling. My second hack, I'm just gonna keep going with the liquids. Callie, you are not part of this video. Can you say hi? Okay, so as I was saying, I'm just going to continue to show you guys my tips that I use in liquid form. I've got this Isopure Clear Whey. Now there is another one. What brand? It's like a bigger One Up Nutrition. Okay, so One Up Nutrition has one as well, but I use this one because it's more affordable and I can just get it off of Amazon. So this one is the Isopure Citrus Lemonade flavor. It's protein powder and it is an infusion. So you can put it in your water, you can put it in yogurt. It is 90 calories for 1 scoop and 20 grams of protein. 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of carb, 15 grams of sodium. So it's gonna be 90 calories, but it's gonna get you 20 grams of protein, which is awesome. Also, I keep protein shakes in my house at all times. This is Premier Protein, 30 grams of protein, 160 calories. This one is the Fairlife Chocolate, still 30 grams of protein. This one is 150 calories. If I'm not really hungry, but I can tell that I'm lacking in energy, reaching for one of those always helps me. It makes me feel satiated and it has a pretty high protein content. So next I want to talk about meat. Let's talk about meat, okay? You need to keep meat prepped in your fridge, in your freezer, ready to eat, ready to throw in a bowl if you want to make it easier for yourself to hit your protein goals. So right now I have this protein of ground turkey in my fridge. I'm throwing it in rice bowls, throwing it in salads. So I want to talk about the protein content in ground turkey and chicken versus meat like steak or ground beef. So if you're in a calorie deficit, if you're trying to maintain weight loss, in 4 ounces of ground turkey, it's 170 calories, 21 grams of protein. Okay, and 4 ounces of chicken breast, you've got around 160 calories and around 31 grams of protein. If you get top sirloin, 4 ounces of top sirloin is going to run you 220 calories, 22 grams of protein. Do you see where I'm going here? So ground turkey and chicken is going to be less calories, and if you're going to eat chicken, you're going to get more protein. So opting for options like ground turkey or chicken, if you're limiting the amount of calories you're intaking, is going to get you further. You're going to be able to eat more, and you're going to be getting a higher protein content. Let's look at ground beef. I'm using MyFitnessPal to look this up. I don't just have this all stored in my head. All right, let's look at ground beef. We're gonna do 85%. So 85% lean, 15% fat is gonna be 4 ounces, 240 calories, 21 grams of protein. So that's gonna be 80 more calories than the 4 ounces of chicken breast and 10 less grams of protein. You do the math. So tip number 4 is going to be opting for meats like ground turkey and chicken breast. You're going to get more protein, less calories, more bang for your buck, makes it easier for you to meet your protein goals. Tip number 5 is taking things that you eat every day, or maybe not every day, but things that you eat on a normal basis and switching them out for a better option that has more protein. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about protein granola. In this granola, you've got 13 grams of protein for 2/3 of a cup. So you can add that to your Greek yogurt, you can add that to smoothie bowls, and a lot of the times I don't eat the whole serving, I may do half a serving, but even doing half of a serving, I've added 6.5 grams, which may not seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, every little bit helps. Adding that protein granola into Greek yogurt can really make your protein jump. PB Fit powder. You can tell that I really like PB Fit. So this PB Fit powder has got 8 grams of protein per 2 tablespoons. So you mix 2 tablespoons of this with a little bit of water and you get peanut butter. I like to put this in my oatmeal instead of using actual peanut butter. Let's compare this to this. So you've got 60 calories, 8 grams of protein for 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of regular peanut butter is going to be 200 calories for the 8 grams of protein. So you have got the same amount of protein, but you've literally got 1/3 of the calories in this than you do in this. What are you going to do? Also, your pasta, chickpea pasta, it's delicious. Guess how much protein is in this? For a 2-ounce serving, you're going to get 12 grams of protein. For a 3.5-ounce serving, you're going to get 21 grams of protein. So imagine if you do chicken chickpea pasta. You're going to get, if you have the big serving, you'll have 21 grams of protein for the chickpeas. You'll get 31 grams of protein. That's only if you're only having 4 ounces of chicken. So let's do the math. That's going to be 52 grams of protein and 500 calories. So if you're trying to eat 140, 150 grams of protein, you're already 1/3 of a way there or more. My next tip, snacks. Snacks that are high in protein. Yes, they are processed. If you don't want to eat a lot of processed foods, eat less of this and more of the ground turkey, the chicken, the chickpeas. You can have black beans, pinto beans, but we're going to talk about these snacks for now, for us who don't mind eating processed foods. Some people, it may upset your stomach. It doesn't upset mine. So these are the Quest Crunchy Protein Puffs. There's 17 grams of protein in this, 130 calories. Quest also has chips that are really good in protein. I want to say they're 20 grams of protein and 160 calories. I don't have any bags right now because I ate them all, but I'll put a picture up on the screen. Also, meat sticks. So this is a ground turkey stick. Again, you're going to get less calories than if you were to get beef jerky. So this one is 12 grams of protein and 80 calories, and it is the Chomps brand, and these are some of my favorites. You can also get them in like half the size of this if you just need like a little snack here and there. And then these are a couple of my favorite protein bars. My number one favorite protein bar is gonna be the Barbell protein bar. I cannot get enough of it. My favorite flavors are caramel and cashew and the crisp. But I also do like the Pure Protein Lemon Bar, which is 200 calories, 20 grams of protein. And then I do like the Built Puff Bar and the coconut, and this one is 140 calories and 17 grams of protein. The Barbell bars are 200 calories and they have 20 grams of protein. So this one has 200 calories, this one has less. So if you're needing less calories, you can opt for a Built Bar. Also, protein powder. What I like to do with the protein powder is I add it into my oatmeal. When I make my protein oatmeal, I use Premier Protein. I'll use half of a container of this, and then I'll mix a scoop of the protein powder into it, and I use my little handheld whisk it up, and then I'll add my 2 packs of instant oatmeal, and then I let it sit overnight. I call them my protein oats because in the instant protein packs, they each have 4 grams of protein. So you've got 8 grams of protein there. And then you're using half of this, so you got 15 grams of protein. Plus the 8 from the oatmeal, now you're at 23. And then you add a scoop of this. All right, now you're adding 31 grams of protein. You're at 44 grams of protein. And then if you really want to get crazy with it, you add 2 tablespoons of this, and you're at 51 grams of protein for some oatmeal. And then I also like to put in some fresh raspberries. That really kicks up the fiber content, and you've got a perfect balanced meal. Carbs, fiber, protein, a little bit of fat. If you were to make the protein oats that I just mentioned, use the plain instant oatmeal, add the PB2, add the protein. Isopure is one of the purest protein powders there is. Honey, please don't right now. Please don't right now. And then do a little bit of this. You can take this out if you want and use water and more of this, but I really feel like this makes the oats really creamy. And then you can add fresh berries if you want. It's gonna be under 500 calories, over 50 grams of protein. You cannot beat that. And I know some people, because of diet culture, think that a 500 calorie meal might be a lot. It's not, especially if you're getting that much protein. You're gonna be so full and satiated, you're not gonna wanna eat for like another 5, 6, 7 hours. Sometimes I have to like remind myself like, hey, you gotta eat some more. Like this can't be all that you eat today. So these are just some of my tips and tricks that I use to make sure that I hit my goals. It makes it a lot easier for me to get closest to my goal without me really having to think about it. If you have some tips and tricks that you would like to share, leave them in the comment section down below. Tell us what your favorite protein powders, protein bars, protein shakes, any protein snacks that you may have stumbled upon that I didn't mention here. I try to mention only the things that still taste good but still have a lot of protein, because you do get protein bars and protein powders out here that are disgusting. So please try to put stuff that you'll actually want to consume. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel. And share it with a friend if you think they could use these tips and tricks to help meet their protein goals. I'm going to make a video showing what I eat in a day using these foods and snacks and supplements, and show you how I use them to meet my goals, just so that you have an example. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you want to be aware when that video comes out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you picked up a trick or two. Maybe you won't like them all. What works for me is not going to work for everyone else. I understand that. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian. I am just sharing things that I do that help me along my journey, and I'm hoping that I can help some of you too. My name is Weightloss, and I will see you in the next one.